Um, Good afternoon, everybody. Afternoon turned evening, thanks to some parties. Um, we're all gathered here today to celebrate the marriage of Rob and Dennis. Slight pause. If you have a phone, make sure it's on silent or off. I'm so excited, though, to be leading us this afternoon and evening as we celebrate and honor Rob and Dennis and their love and their commitment to one another. They are very excited for this marriage as it's their next big step in life that they're about to take together, and also to celebrate the fact that they are able to get married legally. I'm honored to be up here with them today as their officiant, or as I like to say, their official third wheel. But all jokes aside, you two are two of my best friends, and I'm so happy to be entrusted with this very important position. So Dennis and Rob have asked that their godmothers give a reading. So first I would like to invite Dennis's godmother, Selena, to come up and give us the first reading.
How falling in love is like owning a dog. So before I start, I want you to carry your love with you.
Thank you.
On cold winter nights, love is warm. It lies between you and lives and breathes and makes funny noises. Love wakes you up at all hours of the night with its needs. It needs to be fed so it'll grow and stay healthy. It may break a few things accidentally in its passion for life, but you can never be mad at love for long. Is love good all the time? Nope. Love can be bad, bad love. Love makes messes. Love leaves you little surprises here and there. Love needs lots of cleaning up after. Sometimes you just want to get love fixed. Sometimes you want to roll up a piece of newspaper and swat love on the nose. Not so much to cause pain, just to let them know, don't you ever do that again. Sometimes love just wants to go out for a nice long walk because love loves exercise. It will run you around the block, leave you panting, breathless, pull you in different directions at once, or wind itself around and around you until you're all wound up and can't move. But love makes you meet people wherever you go. People who have nothing in common but love. Stop to talk to each other on the street. Throw things away and love will bring them back again and again and again. But most of all, love needs love, lots of it. And in return, love loves you, never stops.
Okay, now I would like to invite up Rob's godmother, Rosemary, to come up and share another reading.
A reading from the book Mastering the Art of French Cooking by Julia Child, who always considered enjoyment of fine food a reflection of love and life. Cooking is not a particularly difficult art, and the more you cook and learn about cooking, the more sense it makes. But like any art, it requires practice and experience. The most important ingredient you can bring to it is love of cooking for its own sake. Pay close attention to what you are doing while you work, for precision in small details can make the difference between passable cooking and fine food. You may be slow and clumsy at first, but with practice, you will pick up speed and style. If you are not an old campaigner, do not plan more than one long or complicated recipe for a meal, or you will wear yourself out and derive no pleasure from your efforts. Use all the pans, bowls, and equipment you need. Clean up after yourselves frequently to avoid confusion. Train yourself to use your hands and fingers. They are wonderful instruments. Keep your knives sharp. And above all, have a good time.
Thank you so much, godmothers, for that amazing readings. They were beautiful. Before Dennis and Rob share their own vows, I wanted to share how I have gotten to know first Dennis, then Rob, and finally Dennis and Rob as a couple and the journey I've watched them go on. I first met Dennis through the Princeton University Band when I was a freshman. Through laughs and late night walks back to Maddie College and a shared interest in structural engineering, we became close friends. Fast forward to sophomore spring. I joined the Princeton Clark Charter Club, and it just so happened that Rob did too. I decided that Rob and I were going to be best friends. Along with our friend Matt, we became the squad. We even got matching t-shirts eventually. Dennis, however, was away this semester, missing all the fun, having his own great time while studying abroad in France. The following fall, Dennis returns, hooray! I don't really remember this, but I introduced Dennis and Rob. Thus, I take 100% credit for all of us being here today. Thank you. One day, they started spending more free time together. They had lots of encouragement and cheers from friends like Leah and Zoe and Max and Drew, and eventually they started dating. From there were a lot of adventures and misadventures that followed as their relationship progressed and grew stronger. Here are some of my favorites. The 1903 dorm disaster. Rob's dorm got a hole in the wall, as some dorms sometimes do. And Dennis got a new temporary, but maybe not so temporary roommate. And this actually happens to be one of my favorite romance tropes, forced proximity. The next one is the famous crick-crock caper. As their relationship grew, so did Dennis's opinions on Rob's occasional questionable fashion choices. In college, one of Rob's favorite accessories were his croc flip-flops, otherwise known as crick-crocs, as Rob liked to call them. One day, Rob left them somewhere in Charter Club. How one leaves their shoes somewhere, I do not know. And so Dennis took this opportunity to do something about these shoes, with my help, of course. I told Dennis that I'd take on the burden and the consequences of hiding them in exchange for 2 +1s to their wedding one day. Because honestly, I also thought the Crick Crocs had to go. And Dennis agreed and even held up his end of the bargain too. But don't worry, everyone. Eventually, Rob did get his shoes back. The Brooklyn Corner Dilemma. Post Dennis's graduation from Princeton, he moved to New York City. I was here visiting him and got left on a street corner in Brooklyn by Rob and Dennis. Let me elaborate. This event is a great example of what it's like to walk around places with them. Dennis thought the right way to go was one way. Rob thought the other. They each started going their own way, and I got left to choose. I chose Rob. He walks more my speed. But eventually, like always, they came back together, and we ended up going to where we needed to get to. The greatest adventure of all so far is what I call the amazing engagement race. or as maybe Dennis and Rob corrected me, and I didn't read it this way, was the Amazing Race Engagement Edition. Rob and Dennis set up a 1-month window where they could propose to one another, coinciding with their 1-month sabbatical and trip to Italy. Spoiler alert, Rob won the race. While in Rome, Rob and Dennis visited the Colosseum. Rob, the night before, decided that he was going to propose the next day. He distracted Dennis at the Colosseum very cleverly by feigning ignorance on basic structural engineering principles. Dennis, of course, spun around immediately to correct him, only to find Rob down on one knee. Dennis, on the other hand, planned his proposal very methodically and thoroughly. He spent weeks scouring to find the exact spot where Anakin and Padme kiss in Star Wars at Lake Como. Como, yeah, right?
Como.
Okay, Como. He searched Google Maps, archival footage on YouTube, and more to find that exact location. And he even had to overcome a surprise bench that is now there. In my opinion, the way they planned their proposals to one another is one of the best examples of how amazing Rob and Dennis are together. Dennis and Rob individually and separately chose to plan something so special at a place that means so much to the other person. Chose that while they're different in many ways, they fit together and they both care and love each other so much. Now we're here at the beginning of their next great adventure, marriage. And it's been a long time coming. Cue Taylor Swift song in everyone's head. Rob and Dennis knew this was the real deal for a while. And I'll let them elaborate on that more themselves, as Dennis and Rob have chosen to exchange vows that they've written themselves from their own hearts with each other.
Rob, you are my fire. And Rob, you are my fire and my rock, my sunshine and my anchor, always calling me back home. You sometimes make me mad, but you always make me glad. You remind me to set boundaries and make time for myself and for us. You keep me warm, both physically and emotionally. You are the love I found when I thought I never would. But we are opposites in many ways. You are decisive where I overanalyze. You are earnest where I am sarcastic. You improvise where I stick to the script. You are empathetic where I am detached. You negotiate where I am stubborn. You see the forest where I look for each and every tree. And yet you're not a fan of impressionists. But enough about you. And since these are vows, I have to make some promises and/or threats. I will be prudent when you are impulsive. I will be brave when you are timid. I will be realistic when your imagination gets the better of you. I will be tidy when you are messy. I will go out when you would rather stay in. I will love you for everything you are and are not. I will go to bed with you at a reasonable time. I will go to bed with you at a reasonable time to help you fall asleep. I will let you crack a window or turn on the AC, even when it's not that hot. I will be your partner in crime and world building. I will push you out of your comfort zone as you do for me. I will be your wind and your waves, your ship and your sails. And together, I know we will shelter each other from the storms through all the ups and downs. Some say opposites attract, but I say two complementary angles make one right angle. And when I think of you and our life together, it all adds up. I love you, Rob, and I always will. Thank you.
Was it my turn? I thought there was a piece. Cool. So we're good. We're good. Great. As you probably know, similar to the proposal I planned, I started writing this last night. That's only technically true. I did start putting pen to paper at 10 p.m.-ish. I really started writing these vows much earlier. I think it started 9 years ago when we were watching Kill Bill in the Charter TV room, and we began to hold hands under the blanket. Ever since then, I've been taking notes, metaphorically, of course. Any real notes I took are buried in the mountain of papers on my desk. Notes on how to make you laugh, what makes you cry, and what makes you smile. It was when I realized that making you sorry. It was when I realized that making you smile made me smile that I knew we had something special. Not because of fate or luck, but because we work with and work for each other. We laugh, cry, and smile together. We work to make each other better. Love is something you can be in, but to me, what's more important is that it's something you do. You made falling in love with you effortless. Today, I'm promising not just to be in love with you, but to love you. That I will make the choice every day to actively love you and show that I love you. I choose to love you even when it's hard, even when we argue. To quote Navani Colin, love is not about being right or wrong, but about standing up and helping when your partner's back is bowed. We lift the bridge together and we carry it. So standing here today, falling deeper in love with you with every moment we share, I'm asking you to take this next step with me. They say the most important step you can ever take is the next one, and there's no one else I'd rather take every next step with than you. Love you, Dennis.
Love you.
I didn't technically cry.
Did I break it? No. Hold on.
You're good.
I will just leave it there. It's okay if you let it cry.
I know.
Okay, will the best people please come forward with the rings? You can now exchange rings.
Oh, okay, cool. On the right hand? Yeah, that's what I thought. You can fix that.
With no legal authority whatsoever, but with the power you gave me, and of the Crocs I'm also wearing, I now pronounce you husband and husband. You... You may now kiss one another.
Scooty, Scooty, Scooty.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We finally made it.